Manchester United approaches a deal with Carlos Baleba. Manchester United is making considerable progress towards acquiring the talented 21-year-old midfielder Carlos Baleba from Brighton and Hove Albion. The Red Devils are reported to have reached an agreement with the Albion for a transfer fee of an estimated amount of $112 million, making Baleba the club's most expensive acquisition ever. Baleba, a highly rated international player hailing from Cameroon, is a primary target for Manchester United in their endeavor to bolster their midfield squad. The young defender has showcased his exceptional skills at Brighton, and his acquisition is anticipated to provide a significant boost to the team. Negotiations would involve Baleba signing a 5-year extensive contract, with an option for an additional year, entailing an annual salary of approximately $5 to $6 million, plus comprehensive bonuses. Nonetheless, recent news indicates that there might be changes to the plans, with some sources stating that Brighton is uncertain about selling Baleba this summer. The Seagulls are believed to have imposed a considerable valuation on the midfielder, and Manchester United might need to reassess their transfer approach. However, even in these challenging circumstances, the United Kingdom Giants are still keen on acquiring Baleba. Initiating further talks between the clubs is expected to continue. The proposed acquisition of Carlos Baleba would be a significant triumph for Manchester United, as the young talent lacks any significant caps in his national team experience. Baleba's inherent skill and potential promises great future for the team. The midfielder's prowess on the field has been well respected, and his capacity to instigate the rhythm of the game would significantly benefit Manchester United's midfield. The possible acquisition of Baleba, if executed, would be a monumental success for Manchester United, given both his skills and promising future. The 21-year-old midfielder has developed a solid reputation at Brighton and Hove Albion, and his move to Old Trafford might immensely transform the Red Devils' fortunes. Baleba's extraordinary talents at the sport's highest level are highly respected, and his ability to steer the pace of the game would significantly enhance the team's dynamics. However, the mutual reluctance from Brighton and Hove Albion not to part with Baleba in such a situation introduces additional complexity while considering the possible transfer. If that proves to be the case, Manchester United might have to look into alternative options or make their stance about the situation known to the Seagulls. As the transfer window still stands open, both fans and football enthusiasts worldwide are cautiously awaiting any news on this possible deal. In conclusion, the potential effects of acquiring Carlos Baleba on Manchester United's team dynamics and overall performance would undoubtedly be significant and beneficial. Given his skills and promise, he is likely to be an essential player for the team, and his capacity to collaborate with the current roster would be vital for the team's achievements. With the situation still evolving, one thing is clear: the transfer window is consistently surprising, and Manchester United's interest in Baleba is just one of numerous narratives to watch. Carlos Baleba's transfer rumors have generated significant intrigue among football enthusiasts, leading many to wonder about the possible effects of his transfer to Manchester United. If the agreement is finalized, it would provide a major advantage for the Red Devils, who have been aiming to enhance their midfield. Baleba's style of play and skills would probably add a new element to Manchester United's squad, and his collaboration with fellow midfielders could result in thrilling progress on the field. The possible acquisition would further demonstrate Manchester United's dedication to creating a solid and competitive team. With the transfer window ongoing, supporters will monitor updates closely, and the chance of Baleba wearing the Red Devils kit is undoubtedly an intriguing prospect. Regardless of the deal's final outcome, it's evident that Carlos Baleba possesses significant potential and promise as a player. The conjecture regarding Baleba's future has also brought up inquiries about Brighton's strategy and priorities. Should they choose to sell Baleba, it will be intriguing to observe their strategy for replacing him and ensuring the team's performance remains strong. In the end, the results of these transfer talks will be monitored attentively by supporters and analysts, and the effects of Baleba's possible transfer would be significant for both Manchester United and Brighton and Hove Albion. As the transfer window remains open, additional developments and surprises are likely in the upcoming days. One thing is sure, though: the realm of football is consistently brimming with thrill and unpredictability, and Carlos Baleba's potential transfer to Manchester United is merely one of numerous intriguing stories to track. In summary, the possible move of Carlos Baleba to Manchester United has generated an intriguing story in the realm of football. The interest shown by the Red Devils has not only captured the attention of supporters, but also sparked inquiries regarding the potential effects of this action for Manchester United and Brighton and Hove Albion. With the transfer window progressing, the football community is intently watching the scenario, keen to find out if Baleba will actually move to Old Trafford. Rasmus Højlund's prospects with Manchester United uncertain. The ambiguity regarding Rasmus Højlund's future at Manchester United has grown after the Danish striker was excluded from the squad for the Premier League game against Arsenal. This choice has ignited rumors that his tenure at Old Trafford could be short-lived, even though he wishes to remain and fight for his spot. The introduction of Benjamin Šeško, whose playing style is similar to Højlund's, has intensified the competition for minutes on the field. Manager Ruben Amorim's acquisition of Šeško has sparked inquiries regarding Højlund's future at the club. Sources indicate that Højlund wants to stay at United, but the scarce opportunities are pushing him to explore other possibilities. Sources from Italy and England suggest that AC Milan is keen to sign Højlund, with talks reportedly focusing on a one-season loan deal priced at around $6 million and a purchase clause set at $45 million. Although there is no official confirmation, Manchester United is allegedly open to talking about Højlund's departure, whether through a loan or a permanent transfer, to restructure their offense. Should Højlund depart from Manchester United, it would probably impact the team's offensive dynamics considerably. The club would have to explore other choices to substitute him, which might result in additional transfer movements. As the scenario progresses, both fans and analysts will be monitoring events closely to determine what lies ahead for the skilled Danish striker. The upcoming weeks will be vital in shaping Højlund's future at Manchester United. With the transfer window still active, the club must determine if they will sell Højlund or allow him another opportunity to demonstrate his abilities. In the meantime, AC Milan is expected to keep targeting Højlund, possibly resulting in a loan agreement or a permanent move. The possible transfer of Rasmus Højlund to AC Milan has generated considerable excitement among football enthusiasts, leading many to wonder about the effects of this move on both Manchester United and the Danish striker. Should the agreement be finalized, it would greatly enhance AC Milan, who are aiming to reinforce their offensive lineup. Højlund's style of play and skills would probably add a fresh element to AC Milan's squad, and his collaboration with fellow forwards might result in thrilling advancements during matches. The possible signing would serve as proof of AC Milan's dedication to creating a robust and competitive team. With the transfer window ongoing, supporters will be monitoring updates closely, and the idea of Højlund wearing the Rossoneri kit is certainly a captivating prospect. Regardless of whether the deal eventually materializes, it's evident that Rasmus Højlund possesses considerable potential and promise. The rumors about Højlund's future have also brought up inquiries regarding Manchester United's approach and focus. If they choose to sell Højlund, it will be intriguing to observe their strategy for replacing him and sustaining the team's performance. In the end, the results of these transfer discussions will be monitored closely by supporters and analysts, and Højlund's possible shift would have significant consequences for both Manchester United and AC Milan. As the transfer window remains open, we can expect additional developments and surprises in the upcoming days. One fact is undeniable, though. The realm of football is perpetually brimming with thrill and unpredictability, and Rasmus Højlund's possible move to AC Milan is merely one of numerous captivating tales to observe. At times, as an analyst, you can maintain an optimistic view of a team's play, even in defeat. And Manchester United's 1-0 loss to Arsenal illustrates this well. Following a foolish early goal that ended up being crucial, United displayed on Sunday that their system is effective and highlighted the impact their recent acquisitions will have on it. As I mentioned on Match of the Day, they were more energetic and more straightforward. They also appeared to be very physically strong. They could be significantly bolder in their attempts to regain possession because they possess much greater quality further up the field. Indeed, they still faced defeat and failed to score. But United performed better at Old Trafford and will consider themselves very unfortunate not to have gained anything from the match. We understand that United manager Ruben Amorim won't stray from his 3-4-2-1 setup, and they maintain that structure once more in this match. What set United apart this time was their more optimistic approach in how they were organized, whether they had the ball or not. Initially, their wing-backs Diogo Dalot and Patrick Dorgu occupied advanced positions on the pitch, and Amad Diallo was even more offensively focused when he came on for Dalot. Shortly after the second half began, Amorim took a chance by pressuring a team as strong as Arsenal in that manner, and during the first half, they were caught on the counter a few times, as the Gunners broke through their press and had numerical advantages that they failed to capitalize on. However, United played at home, so they needed to be aggressive. And what impressed me was their approach in challenging Arsenal, contrasting with how they typically performed against top teams last season, even during victories. Yes, United sometimes appeared somewhat disheveled, but overall, the team's balance was appropriate, and their energy was remarkably elevated. To advance, they must maintain this level of positivity consistently and believe that their attacking players will ultimately convert the excellent positions they create into goals. United's new recruits who began the match significantly contributed to their enhanced display. I realize it's just one match, but Matthias Cunha and Brian Mbeumo appear to be the players United expects them to be. I greatly admire Mikel Arteta's work at Arsenal, and for several seasons, one of their key strengths has been their ability to control possession and set the tempo against their opponents in most of their matches. However, they lacked that control at Old Trafford due to United's energy, courage, and eagerness to pursue them. All of that also assisted Amorim's team in defense. Many times, last season when United attempted to play from the back, they were repeatedly caught in possession. We barely witnessed that occur on Sunday. Cunha and Mbeumo provided a stronger physical presence at the forefront, featuring plenty of speed and players eager to break behind Arsenal's defense. Many times last season when United attempted to play from the back, they were repeatedly caught in possession. We barely witnessed that occur on Sunday. Cunha and Mbeumo provided a stronger physical presence at the forefront, featuring plenty of speed and players eager to break behind Arsenal's defense. As United aimed to advance the ball rapidly, Arsenal's defenders were apprehensive about Cunha and Mbeumo, leading them to remain back instead of pushing forward to finish the game. The United wingbacks consistently pushed forward in support, confident that Cunha and Mbeumo would maintain possession. Mason Mount also delivered a stellar performance, which was yet another significant highlight. As it progressed, you sensed increasingly that a United equalizer was imminent. Although they registered 22 shots, success eluded them. Yet their offense appeared more threatening. And once Benjamin Sesko is fully healthy, he will contribute additional strength. Certainly. There are still a few uncertainties surrounding United. They undoubtedly had flaws since they were defeated. They might require a fresh central midfielder to substitute for Manuel Ugarte or Casemiro, as not everyone believes they are the perfect match with Bruno Fernandes, who could benefit from a more robust player to help with additional running. Concerns regarding their goalkeeper status persist, which again led to a setback with Altay, Bayendir's error on Ricardo, Calafiore's decisive goal. Losing to a goal like that is frustrating, particularly since it has occurred to them previously. Nevertheless, although there was disappointment on the day, it was still a match that provides United ample opportunity to develop. Certainly, you always seek outcomes, but you also desire observable advancement, particularly at this very early point of the season, and United's performance exhibited a lot of that.